Hello everyone, and welcome to Lavinia Stamps Fairy Craft Online Festival. I hope if you've made it to the shop that you're having a wonderful time, and I also hope you're enjoying all the tutorials that are being held and all the activities that are being held online. For my tutorial today, I'd like to show you how to make this card. This is using the new Lavinia stamps, and this little fairy here in the flower is called May. And these are called the Mini Flourish, and these are called Leaf Creepers, and the ones at the bottom are called Summer Wildflowers. There's a large set and a small set. I've used the smaller set here. Okay, so that's our card for today. These are some of the products that you will need as well. So we're using VersaFine Clair in black and Shady Lane. We're using Distress Inks in Salvage Patina, Salty Ocean, Squeezed Lemonade. And I'm using some brushes, some makeup brushes and a Lavinia brush. I'm using yellow glitter pen, and I'm using a gold jelly roll pen. I'm also going to be using the heel masks. I'm using the one that's not got much curvature on it, so I can ground my fairy, and also be using the medium-sized round acetate circle mask. Okay, so we'll be using them too as well. So your Lavinia cards today needs to be cut to 17.5 centimeters by 9.5 centimeters. This is just an offcut, and this is one I've used before, and I practiced doing a background. So I've already got my background on one side, but I'm going to show you how to do the background on the other side. Okay, so let's get started. And for this background, I had a piece of cut off card, and I had some Salvage Patina ink left on my mat. So I'd already started wiping it up one day, and I thought, what would happen if I just scrunched it up and put it onto the card? So this is what I did. I scrunched it up, and then I just gently went round and scrunched it all over the background of my card. And I quite like the effect for a sky, so I've kept a couple. And then I did them in different colours as well. So I did one in yellow and orange, and it looks quite nice. So that's our quick and easy background. We use the other side because that's the side that's dry. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to do our grass area. And I'm just going to do that at the bottom of the card where the grass would be, and I'm using, as I said before, I'm using the acetate heel mask. I put a bit of masking tape on because I kept losing them, couldn't find them, so I put a bit of masking tape, which also helps hold them down a little bit. Now I think my green brush is, I'm going to wipe some of it off. And then just open it up ready in case I need to have some more. So I'm just going to, using gentle circular motions, I'm just going to go around and do my grass area. And there we go. Take away my green ink and bring in my black ink, because now we're going to stamp our fairy. So I'm going to get my stamping platform. And my fairy, who is called May. I think it's spelled M-A-E. Yes, M-A-E, May the flower fairy. And take our VersaFine black ink and gently tap onto our stamp. I always make sure that I try to wipe off any areas and have a close look. I'm not sticking my head in that video camera again. And stamp our image. Just pressing down gently all around our image. I've got this little teddy bear here that I've been using to help me push down gently. He's come in quite handy for that lately. And there we go. Now I'm not very happy with her arm there, as you can see. So I'm just going to put some more ink in that area. I think it's a hair. Which sometimes happens. When I first stamped it, I thought that part there was a hair, but it's actually part of the flower. Okay, so let's cover up that bit there. And there we go, perfect. Very happy with that. I'm going to just put some hand gel on my hands because I've got a little bit of ink on my hands and I don't want to get it on my card. So take this stamp off. I use my acrylic stamping block as to hold my stamps at the moment as well, so it comes in quite handy. So that's the first part of our card done. I think is stamp my vine leaf creeper. These are called leaf creepers. And I done these in Bluebell, but I actually think that I didn't put that on the list at the beginning. So what I shall do is I shall add it to the end of the video. So we're going to stamp these now, but I'm going to use my acrylic block. So I shall just take my stamps off. I'm going to start with the big one. I'm going to be stamping in first and second generation. Just looking for a piece of scrap paper. There we go. Start over this side. I'm bringing it right down the card. I'm not stamping my second generation with that one first. because you always end up when you come off the card with a little bit on the side. So I'm going to do another first generation. Which will come there. And then do a second generation there. Do this one a bit longer. There we go. Now I'm just going to do one more, or maybe two more. I'm going to make them quite short up here. On the other card I brought it right across, but I want to have more of my flowers showing this time. Okay, there we go. I'm going to leave that like that. I'm just going to stamp that off so I can do my second generation now. Bring these down. There we go. One there. And that's all I'm going to do for my fairy leaf creeper. Once again, we're going to wipe our surface. So now we're going to stamp our flourish. So I'm just going to stamp around there. And again, we're going to use our Bluebell ink. We're just going to stamp down our card and around our card so it looks like May is looking. And we're going to stamp in first and second generation straight down the card on this one. And there we go. That's our card so far. And now we've really only got one more thing to stamp. And then we can put the finishing touches to our card. So we're using our black VersaFine. Or maybe we use, let's actually use this Shady Lane VersaFine Claire. Let's use our Shady Lane for our wild summer flower. Yes, good choice. to stand out too much in the background. Ooh, that was lucky. And I'm going to bring one up the side this time, so that we can see it a bit more. And because we need a odd number, I'm going to put one just above that as well. So there we go. And that's our card finished. A little bit different from the other one so far, as you can see. And now we're just going to put our finishing touches to this card. So to start with, I'm taking my Salty Ocean brush and ink, and I'm also taking my Squeezed Lemonade brush and ink. Now I'm going to place my circle over May, so it looks like the sun is coming in behind her. I'm just going to gently brush outwards, so we get like a nice hue around the outside of May. So there we go. That's that part done. Then we're going to take out Salty Ocean to dab off. And we're just going to go around the edge of our whole card. Just to try and draw the eye more into May than the background part of the card. So that's where we are up to now. And now we're going to paint the flowers with our Golden Sun sparkle ink and a very fine paintbrush. I'm going to place a little bit of water on there in case I need to add some water. And just squidge some glitter pen onto my craft mat. And then I'm just going to highlight my flowers. This will take a couple of minutes, so I'm going to fast forward the video. It's very relaxing doing this, so take your time. And there we are. That's the flowers and May coloured in. And hopefully you can see the sparkle. And now we need a little bit of green colouring. A little bit of water. Use my old paintbrush now. It's not going to work with that. I'll use a bit of just a green dye-based ink. So I just want to paint down. This is also a thin paintbrush. Because I've used the glitter water, it's going to have glitter in it as well. And there we go. So that's our fairy and our flower stem done. So the final touches now is our gold pen. So I'm going to do, oh, I tell you what I'm going to do as well. I'm just going to get a little bit of ink from here. Because it looks like it's floating in midair, that flower. There we go. I'll clean that off later. So the last thing we're going to do now, is highlight our golden areas that we want to highlight. So I'm going to start with the moon, and then I'm going to do the tops of these flowers and these flowers, and then I'm just going to highlight the fairy and highlight the darker leaves on here, and then that'll be finished. And I'll also fast forward this part of the video. Okay, see you soon. And there we go. that's our finished card. I hope you enjoyed my tutorial. There will be a list of products that you'll need to make this card. You can use any colours you wish. You don't have to use the same colours. I look forward to seeing your samples. If you make the card, please tag me in your post if you put it on Facebook. So there we go. Hope you've enjoyed my video. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all again soon. Enjoy the rest of the fairy extravaganza. Bye.